Hey everybody, this is Cowboy Joe. Cowboy Joe is coming on here and talking, but give me a few minutes. I gotta go and do something really quick. I'll be right back. I had to get something to drink. Always working, always. God, always walking. God, Chris, I'm not always walking away. Okay, I just had to go and do something. Okay, it's called get a drink. It's sweet tea. All right, or whatever you want to call it. Tea. But anyway, we're gonna come on here and talk about how we are. Well, my day would start with my day was good, and I did a little bit of landscaping today, and it was a short day. But then tomorrow there's gonna be a longer day, um, and stuff like that. I wore my steel-toed boots today, and stuff like that. But this is actually a good night to be on here. And why I say that is because I'm going to try to be funny. Hopefully, it'll come out good. Because the last time I went live, I was pretty sarcastically funny. So, um, with that being said, it's called "Don't Call Somebody," and then they say always walking away and stuff like that when you're actually just going to get something or grab something. I'm not mentioning any names, but it was one of my friends, and he said, "Don't walk away or anything." And then if you're a smoker, I'm just gonna say, don't just keep it stuck in your mouth to where it gets stuck to your lips, and then you go and grab it, and then you're getting burned. Okay, just kind of watch what you're doing if you're a smoker, and don't burn your hands trying to go get it out of your mouth. Because I had a friend, I'm not gonna say any names, but I had a friend, and he is a family member. Um, that had a cigarette and it got stuck to his lip, and he went to go get it, and it just got, and he went ow, and it just got stuck. It burned his hand and whatever, and I started laughing and stuff and so, and that's one other reason why I come on here tonight. And the other reason is, don't be calling somebody up and you're on the interstate, going to see so, and then it turns out you don't go that way. I was going to see my sister because we were going to go to another fishing spot and stuff like that. And, you know, and as of right now, I got my uncle, Jeff Harris, I got him blocked right now. But he's still able to watch the YouTube channel and stuff like that. So I don't mind him that. Right now he's coming into the chat, but I'm ignoring him right now. And stuff like that. So I got him blocked as the moment. So whoever wants to, talk to him or whatever, go for it. But I'm just ignoring. I can see Chris said LOL and stuff like that. But, you know, with Cowboy Joe being here and stuff like that tonight, we're just going to talk about how you should always use your manners as well working with people at all times and have respect. With Cowboy Joe and stuff, um, there's a lot of stuff to do. And with stables, cleaning out stuff, there's a lot of cowboy work. And with cowboys, there's a lot of going on. And when you have horses and you have cows and stuff like that, you just got to keep up work with them. And you got to clean out them stables and stuff without getting kicked, you know? And there's a lot of horses that, if you don't know, that, come on with it. And with me being a cowboy, I do love being a cowboy. It's everything. And, and when you work with people and stuff, it's all good. And you just got to, you wanted to say that you're, whatever. And with Jeff, as of right now, he's all right, but I'm just ignoring what he's got coming up. So as soon as he sees that I'm not getting to him, he'll end up leaving. As whatever. And even and cowboys, they have to work too. All right, they wear their blue jeans or any type of long pants that they got, and tuck their shirts into it. And with that being said, some people might say, "Oh, you ain't a cowboy," and this and yada yada yada. But I'm a cowboy no matter what people think, and I'm gonna change my name, whether and it's gonna be Cowboy Joe Harris, and there's nothing people can say about that. Okay, I'm gonna make a court order, and I'm gonna go to it. Uh, there might be some money involved, but you know what? Who cares? That's besides the point. And Chris and I, when my birthday comes around, we're gonna go somewhere. It's a restaurant, a real good restaurant. I'm not gonna say the name because people might have something up against it, but it's also, you know, what other people might, do and stuff like that. And when my birthday comes around, there's going to be quite a few things that I'm wanting. Cowboy boots. Well, I got cowboy boots, but I'm going to get the spurs that go on it, and then what cowboys wear over their pants and whatnot. So that's one. Christmas, probably, whatever. So before I came on here tonight, I made sure that I was full because I don't want to be on YouTube eating in front of people. All right, that's just for one. It's disrespectful to YouTube and for other people watching because while people watching me or if people were watching me and I'm eating and stuff in my mouth full, people might get hungry too because they're watching me eat. So therefore, I'm not eating on the channel. I made sure I was full, and I am full. So as of right now, I worked with the Newmans and stuff. That was good. It was a short day and stuff like that. At times, because everything's so dry and it gets so dusty when you're cutting the grass, you'll get stuffy at times. And right now, that's what I am. I'm stuffy. I'm not sick or nothing. I'm just stuffy from it. And with that being said, always make sure you got the right type of shoes to wear when you're working. All right. And stuff like that. But then you'll get all the dust and debris or whatever up in your sinuses and stuff like that. It flies around in the air and stuff like that. And another thing that how you would know if the grass is dry is by no rain. Even when the grass is like crunchy when you walk, it's because that's so dry too. So rain helps everything grow, and as of right now, we haven't had any rain, so the grass has slowed down a lot. And now that we're coming into the winter months, thank God for that. We all love winter, especially me. But the Lord should help us because we're thinking that we're going to end up moving. And Lord, please help us move. I want to go and see some snow for once. And I'm going to tell you, as of right now, my Uncle Jeff Harris thinks that if I move up to the snow, I'm not going to survive. Well, here's one thing here. I will survive it. Okay, if I can survive this heat here in Florida, I can survive it up north. Who cares about what people think? Okay, I'm me. I'm nobody else. But man, get me up to where there's snow. I'll see if I can survive it. With that being said, I hope I can get me my own property one day. Big plans here. I'm hoping I can get my own property here and get some horses, get some stables, get some cattle, horses, and all that stuff, and go riding almost every day or whatever. Get out there, ride horses, get a lasso or whatever, and and learn how to lasso up my cattle and stuff. And as of right now, I got Jeff blocked and stuff like that, and it's all good. But I could show you a few things in my office here about what I've been up to, but we're not going to get into that until probably the next time I go live. So I'm just doing a lot of cleaning and stuff like that, and we're just hoping for the best. Now, one other thing is when you call somebody up, whether it could be your friend Chris or your family member or whatever, if you call somebody up and you say, "Oh, are you coming over?" They're not gonna they're gonna look at you or say to you, because they're not gonna be able to look at you if you're on regular phone talking to them. "Oh yeah, you coming over? Oh, I got to get through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and all them other days. I don't know what's gonna come to you next." Listen here, man. Take it easy. All right, that's what Chris is gonna say or whoever. Another thing is don't cast your fishing line out and then it break. Okay, Chris did that. We went fishing somewhere. He casted out his line, and that line come out of his thing, and he had to redo it. Next thing you know, I went fishing, casted out my line, caught a shark, and I just that shark tore up my whole fishing line, and I didn't even rig it right there. I didn't, because we were almost out of bait. I had my family member Chris Urich use up all that bait that we got from a bait store, and I just took my fishing pole back to his truck, put it in the bed of the truck, just hung out with him until all the bait was gone, and then we got back in the truck and we left. I didn't redo my line or nothing like he did right there. I gave up right there and then. Put my fishing pole, my tackle box in his truck. We'll walk back over there to him and stuff like that. Another thing is, back them up. Don't just walk away. That's what I did. I didn't even help Chris. I just walked away. I said, "Man, you're getting all that. You're getting all you're getting your own fishing pole. You're getting your own tackle box. You're picking up your trash, and that's about it." I didn't help him out. I just left. I'm going to the truck. I got into the truck, turned it on, enjoyed the AC and stuff like that, and we just went from there. Another thing is, if you're on the phone with somebody, don't hang up on them. For one, it's rude, okay? And that's what I always do with Jeff Harris. I always call him up, and then I just go, and then I hang up on him. Really, it's not professional if you just and then hang up on him. That's what That's one thing you don't want to do. The other thing that you might not want to do is call somebody names or whatever. "Oh, you're a knucklehead. Oh, you're a peanut gallery. Oh, yada, yada. You don't want to be doing that, okay? But, I mean, how you get things done, and if you don't want to be on a phone for so long, you You just hang up on them. But I mean, don't do that. If somebody's in the middle of a conversation or whatever, don't hang up on them. But if you're like my sister, this happened a real long time ago. My mom was here, whatever. I don't know how all the story went down, but we were all sitting on a couch or something. We were having talk back and forth. My sister come out of nowhere. Don't have a conversation. You know, uh, don't be. That's kind of rude, but that's besides the point right now. All right, it's funny Joe tonight, but my sister and everything is hilarious at times. One day I woke her up. I turned on her PlayStation just to play because I was bored. Next thing you know, she got woke up by me hearing bottles break or whatever because I play this game called Grand Theft Auto. She got woke up anyway. She tears my shirt off my shoulders. Lord, that was a bad day, man. I wish I would have had it on video, but don't go waking up a bear if you don't have to. You'll get your shirt torn off your shoulders. Uh, that was just one bad day for Joe the cowboy here. And I come on here to say, don't call your sister up. It's like, oh yeah, the windows rolled down on the truck. We're gonna wave like crazy at you. And then it turns out you don't even go that way. So it's one other thing is if you buy something that you don't need, that's a waste of money. All right. So if it's something that you don't need, just save your money. And if you feel like if you still need that, go and buy it. But if it's something that you don't need, don't go and buy it at all. It's just a waste of money if you don't need it. Like, who knows what it could be? That you feel like you need it, but you really don't. And it's just a waste of money if it's something that you need. I've been there. Okay, I've bought something and I look back and I'm like, oh, I didn't really need this. Just But if it's something that you really, really need, go and buy it. But I just come on here to say that if you don't need it, don't get it. And plus, if it's something very, very important to you, keep it. Don't get rid of it. Okay? That's another thing. Because I'm going to say about 40 or 60 years from now, you might be going to look for it and you don't have it no more. So it's just one other thing. And yeah, so like I said, just if it's something that you feel like you don't need, just put it somewhere or whatever. And if you box something up, remember what box you put it in. It's called get a Sharpie or whatever and write, okay, what box it is or whatever, because then you might forget what box it's in, like I did. Because I've had this same phone case on this phone for a while, and I can't even remember. I don't remember. I don't even remember what box my phone cases are in. I went through all them boxes to look for a phone case. Can't find it in any. That's called, you got to mark it down so you know which box your stuff's in. Anyway, I only did it just to clean up the room because it was getting clustered. And with that being said, it still is pretty much. If you look at it, I ain't got no dancing space. Cowboy Joe. People might say, oh, what do you need a dancing space for? Man, it's just something that you feel like you might need. You might be really bored and you might be like, oh, yeah, time to dance. And Thanksgiving is actually just right around the corner. All right. It's right after Halloween. I'm pretty sure. And Halloween, nah, I don't care for it. Thanksgiving, nah, don't care for it. Well, actually, I kind of do because I'm thankful for my family. And then for Valentine's Day, I'm thankful. I just love my family. They do a lot for me. But those holidays, they're okay. They're just not, But Christmas, let's celebrate, Christmas is my favorite holiday. I like getting presents. I like, there's plenty of things you can get. So just keep that in mind. And to be honest, I don't look anything like Santa Claus, but he knows if you've been awake, and he knows if you've been good or bad, and he knows if you're still been awake. That's one other thing. And really, some people might not do this, but I've done it quite a few times. I went to uh, an old folks home, not really an old folks home, but assisted living places, and played Santa Claus. You know, and really that's good. It puts people, it's good for people's hearts, and it's also good for the good Lord, because the good Lord looks down at us. He don't look. Well, I think he looks up, but he looks down too. And if you hear thunder outside, God's playing bowling, and that's a good thing, because we could use the rain. But hurricanes, we don't need them. But we've pretty much survived a lot of hurricanes, and thank God we didn't get a hurricane this year. Man, praise the Lord on that. And we could all say that the Lord's been good to us. And I'm going to try. Well, I'm not going to try because I don't know if YouTube will give me a big, statement or not. But at the end of this, I kind of want to pray. But, it's just that the Lord's been really, really good to us. He's been so sweet to us. And hopefully there's a lot more holidays to come. Like they had Boss's Day and stuff. And my buddy Newman's, he said, man, this is a day that you could have bought me food, because this was, there was a Boss's Day. And then there was one day that I took Brussels sprouts and some macaroni and stuff. And then I said to Levi, I said, I've tried a seafood place that you told me about. And he said, oh yeah, what'd you get from the seafood restaurant? I said, some sushi. And he said, sushi. And Newman's was like, sushi? You wouldn't eat that. It's like raw fish. You wouldn't eat that. Levi said to my Brussels sprouts, he said, blah. He didn't really like them that much. And what he said was, I don't see how you eat that. I'm like, well, to be honest, it's just like cabbage. And really, it's just like mini cabbages. Them, Brussels sprouts. And tonight I had some rice and some bone out and bone in, some chicken, and some potatoes and some trees. Okay, I didn't eat a baked potato, but I did eat some broccoli, some green trees, that you get buy from stores, and some rice and some chicken. So that was pretty good, and it was still good. And thank God that my aunt does all the cooking, because if I'm going to say that I have to take my hat off to my aunt, and she does the best cooking, and so does my uncle, and stuff like that. And people might look at me and be like, "Oh, who's your uncle?" I'll be like, "Well, Jim Earhart. Okay, he does the best steaks. He does the best sea fish, swordfish on a smoker, and stuff like that. And if you've never had, swordfish on a smoker, I highly suggest it. Okay, it's pretty good. There's just a lot of other things that you could try, and if it's a new food that you've never had before, I highly suggest you try it. It's pretty good. And to be honest, I've had deer meat, and that's pretty good. But if I wanted to try a bear, if I wanted to try bear meat, I would be all for it. I mean, give it to me. If you got bear, I'll be all for it. Okay, but I don't think that it would be legal to shoot a bear. But I mean, a deer, awesome. Crab leg, awesome. Deer, crocodile, alligator, that's pretty good too. I've had it. Frog leg, but I don't care much for it. But I mean, it's good for people that like frog. Uh, but me myself, not so good. Uh, I will say and take my hat off to my dad, Johnny Harris. I wish he was on here tonight, but I don't think he is. He might check in before too long. But he likes squirrel, and squirrel's pretty good. I think to him, he loves his squirrel. He said that when they started squawking, he got them all. He would kill them, clean them, throw them in a pot, and eat it. So I don't know how squirrel tastes because I've never had squirrel. Would I try it? If I had a choice to, probably not. But there's plenty of other foods that out there that you might want to try. But I mean, if it's just all up for you and to you. So I just hope for it. And really, my hair up here is getting long. Hopefully, before too long, you guys would be able to see me with a mullet because that's what I want for Cowboy Joe here. And Cowboy Joe loves his mullets. He's never personally had a mullet, but he does want to own one and personally keep one. So hopefully, from there, thing. And people might say, "Oh." Another thing is, some people might say, "Oh, are you going trick or treating?" Well, yeah, I'm going trick or treating. Okay, me and my sister actually tomorrow are gonna go to uh, a Halloween store, and we're gonna buy me a mullet. A little Halloween wig that's a mullet, and I'm gonna be a cowboy for Halloween, and I'm gonna go and trick or treat and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things that you could do, and if it's a new fish or a new foods or whatever it may be, I would highly check it. I would highly check it and try it and whatever else. I just have to commit that it's pretty good. All the stuff that it maintains and I've had, but I feel a sneeze coming. I'm just gonna keep talking until it comes out, and hopefully go from there. But hopefully some people might laugh because I'm sneezing on channel. But it's got to come. It's got to come out, and it's got to go with it and go with the flow. It's only because I've worked today, and with that being said, there's no other way to put it actually for the good Lord and Jesus and all of them. But Jesus has died on the cross to save us, okay? And I don't think, for one, that any of these guys that I'm talking about are bad guys. Because if they were bad guys, they probably wouldn't be here today for us. So they're actually good guys because they're actually here for us. Even though we can't see them, doesn't mean that they're not here. They're here. They're up in the good Lord. They're upstairs, all right? Taking care of the good people that have passed. But hopefully everybody's talking, or me talking, is good, and everybody's appreciating it. But I see that there's 2 people in, and there's no likes yet. But the night's not over. We're going to be here for quite a while, and for quite a bit. And with that being said, I got to get me a drink because my voice here is getting a little tired. And personally, I'm getting kind of tired. But is it bed night? No, it ain't bed night yet. That's Chris's favorite word is bed night. Hey, I'm going to bed night. Oh, especially don't be calling somebody up and then they say, "Oh, hey man, what are you doing? What do you want?" I'm sleeping. No, you ain't. Okay, for one, you answer the phone. You are not sleeping. For one, don't say, "Oh, I'm sleeping," and it's not. "Oh, what do you want, man?" It's not good. All right, to talk to somebody like that. Not for one, it's rude. It ain't. And I'm going to tell you as of right now, there ain't nobody perfect. All right. No one's perfect, but you know, you got to make the best of it. Get out there, make some money or whatever to help with your family and survive food. You know, or provide it or whatever. And it's just you just gotta go with it. You know, and I'm gonna tell this to pretty much everybody: don't get old. Stay young if you can, because getting old, you're gonna be in some pain, and it's not pain. It's not good. All right, I'm gonna tell you, pain ain't good. So stay young if you can. All right, don't get in your 50s or 50. Don't get the 50s or your 30s or your 40s. All right, don't even get to the 90s. All right, because then you'll start growing those pains and stuff like that. But with that being said, man, you got one person being in here right now, but there's going to be tons of people. And well, we're getting kind of slow in this tonight's video here, but I kind of want to say tonight that this has been a good night, and I was hoping to be trying to get funny and stuff like that, but it just didn't work because I wanted to talk some true sense into people. All right. And you just, doing YouTube lives and stuff, you just got to go with it. And when you go with it, it just makes people happier. Okay. And for one, you just can't be, you got to show some respect. You got to show, kindness. There's plenty of jobs out there. There's McDonald's, all that stuff. So get a job if you need. And if you got so many friends, like right now, I don't have that many, but I'm working on it. And if you want a job, you got to, get the word of mouth in. You got to give them what you think and what's best. There's not going to be, there's only a little bit of time in life. Okay. So you got to enjoy it while it lasts. You got to enjoy life where it's at, where it is, and show respect to people. You can't be rude and you can't be talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and do that, because that's just gonna lead you off to a bad start. Okay, so you gotta show respect to people, give them the word of mouth, or you can call around, see if you can get a job somewhere, or do a job interview. There's gonna be plenty of those. Or I got another friend. His name is Joseph, and he likes to go around and I'm not saying that none of you can do this. I'm not one to say that, but I mean, if it's something that you guys are wanting to do, I would highly suggest do it. But he likes to knock on doors. Joseph Portals. He likes to knock on doors and give the gospel to people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he does like to get the gospel out to people and knock on doors and preach those out, and do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's something that's on his heart, or if it's on anybody's heart, I would highly suggest doing it, because he likes it. And once he starts, I've been with him, and once he starts preaching the gospel or whatever, he won't stop. It's that's one thing. And yesterday we went to go see my sister, and he was preaching the gospel to somebody in the car. And that's probably something that was on his heart and that he felt like doing and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's something that he wants to do, he can do it. All right. We do go out to stores and stuff like that, and he'll preach the gospel doing that too. He's been to my house quite a few times, and he's preached to my dad. He's preached to my uncle. He's preached to just about everybody here at this house. And even across the street to my neighbors, he's preached. We've ridden around in this neighborhood and he's preached. He likes preaching to the gospel. He likes doing what he wants. The good Lord is willing to let us know that preaching the gospel is always going to be around. There's nothing that anybody else is going to say about it or do about it, but there's a lot to go on with it. And I have to say, Joseph does a good job with, preaching to people. There's just a lot going on within the gospel. Get into the books, get into whatever. And if there's a goal that you're trying to do or get to, do it. Don't let nothing stop you. Get into that goal. That goal is going to be the best bet for you. Okay. If you're looking, or if you're second guessing yourself saying that this goal is not good, listen, don't second guess. Just try that. Just try that goal. That goal is going to get you somewhere. All right. And I'm going to say one other thing here. If you're a guy that drinks and whatnot, try your best to get sober. All right. Because that alcohol will mess with you. Drugs will mess with you too. I'm not here to be a preacher or whatever, but I care a lot about people out in the world, out in the country, wherever. There's people that are homeless living on streets. I feel bad for them people. Holding signs and asking for money. I gotta take my hat to people, man. There's people out there that, gotta, it's just heartbreaking and there's people that could be homeless with dogs and they're out living on the streets. And when they can have a roof over their heads, feeding them dogs, the stuff messes with you, whether it's beer, alcohol, whatever. Just, try if you're, that's just something that you're going to have to look into. And if you're trying to get sober, good for you. But if you're not sober, I would highly suggest look into it because it's going to be the best for you. All right. Best for you. And I mean that. It's going to be best for you. And there's people out there that might have hard lives and whatever, but I mean, I'm not one of them. All right. I live a good life. And I hope to all my life. I don't drink. I don't do drugs or nothing. I take my hat to myself. Okay. And I ain't going to do drinking. I ain't going to be drinking. I ain't going to do drugs or nothing. But, if you're one that's doing it, look into being sober. Go to AA meetings. Do what you need. But the good Lord will look down and save you. If good Lord and good willing, Joseph might even come up and knock on your door and give you the gospel. But with that being said, you just got to look into something. Okay. You got to look into being with the good Lord and with the Jesus. And Jesus is he's a good guy. He's saved me from times. I got overly exhausted from working with my cousin, Trey Benetti, and he looked out his window and I didn't have nothing in me, or water or anything. And I've passed out right there. And I'm going to tell you, the good Lord has done a savior on me. He's saved me. And with that being said, the Lord and God are two different people, but they're not strangers. People might say, "Oh, they're strangers." Listen, they're good people. They're watching you. They're putting gas in your cars. They're doing what you need. They're not going to just sit there and not do what you need. You just got to look at the good and not the bad. Because that bad's not going to get you anywhere in life. The good will. Okay? I'm not trying to be a preacher or nothing. I'm just trying to speak pretty much the gospel to you. And preach something here tonight to y'all. Okay? It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be what is best for you all. Okay? And with y'all, it's just going to be easier for you. It's not a big deal if you're trying to make a career happen. With that career and with this being said, I hope everybody makes the best of it. It makes a good night out of what it may be. I take my hat off to Chris Urich. He don't drink no more. He don't do drugs no more. He's been clean ever since. And I just, like I said, I take my hat off to him. He's perfect. Nobody is perfect, but he is. He's cleaned himself up and and stuff like that. And I take my hat off to my sister. She's the best person now that there is, and I love her. I always will. I don't hate her for the stuff that she's done, but man, she's good and all that. But I hope everybody. I'm closing out tonight, and it's coming on like 7 or 8:30. So I hope everybody has a good night and a safe night and stuff like that. But stay healthy if all possible. And I hope you guys liked my preaching. I tried the best. I tried the best of it. And Cowboy Joe is out. And just if you have to, just look back at this video. And if you have any questions, just comment. There should be a spot in the comment section. But I hope you guys liked the comments and stuff, and or I mean all the stuff that I talked about. But I hope everybody has a safe night because we are closing out. Chris Urich, if you're still in, thanks for tuning in. I will be calling you to see how you liked the video. Jeff Harris, if you're in, I will talk to you whenever you get my name straight. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Closing out now. If you're out of state or whatever, hats off to you. Just like I said, stay healthy. Don't do any bad things. See ya. Cowboy Joe out.